Many years after Kratos unleashed holy hell on Greece and brought Olympus to its knees, he's living a quiet life in Midgar, aka Norse Earth, with his wife, Faye, and son, Atreus. The game begins shortly after Faye's death as Kratos and Atreus prepare to fulfill her final wish. She wants her ashes to be spread at the highest peak of the 9 realms. Before their departure, a mysterious man confronts Kratos and aggressively provokes him to a fight. The stranger has godlike powers, but ultimately gets his ass kicked. Kratos snaps his neck and gets on with his day. On their way to the highest peak, they encounter an impenetrable black mist that can only be overcome by the light of Alfheim. The Witch of the Woods helps them get the light by using the Bifrost, and they continue on their journey. At the peak of Midgar, they overhear a conversation between the supposedly dead stranger, Thor's sons Modi, Magni, and Mimir.
I'm the greatest ambassador to the gods, the giants, and all the creatures of the 9 realms.
The stranger that Kratos thought he killed at the beginning of the game turns out to be Baldur, the god of light and purity in Norse mythology. Not so much light and purity coming from this fellow. Once they leave, Kratos and Atreus speak to Mimir, who informs them that they are in the wrong place.
She wanted us to spread her ashes on the highest peak in all the realms.
Oh, then you've come to the wrong place, little brother. The highest peak in all the realms is not here in Midgard. It's in Jotunheim, realm of the giants.
No!
Mimir offers to go with them as a guide to Jotunheim, but since he's been imprisoned in the tree for 109 years, he tells Kratos to cut off his head and have the witch in the woods reanimated. The witch initially refuses to revive Mimir, recognizing and despising him, but she eventually gives in.
Oh. Hello, Freya. Been a long time. You look well.
What I did for them. As far as I'm concerned, death suits you better.
I'd bow if I could, Your Majesty.
We find out that the witch is actually the goddess Freya, causing Kratos to distrust her for concealing her identity and for being a goddess. But Freya and Mimir warn Kratos that he should tell his son about his godhood, or it might harm him in the near future. On their quest to open the portal to Jotunheim, the trio is ambushed by Modi and Magni. A tense fight ensues, resulting in Kratos killing Magni and Modi running away, but returning later to avenge his brother.
This isn't over!
Brother, the boy.
Kratos rushes his son over to Freya to seek help, but she believes he fell ill from the mental contradiction of a god believing himself immortal.
Will you help me?
Of course. There is a rare ingredient found only in Helheim. The keeper that protects the Bridge of the Damned. I need its heart.
The only problem? His axe will be worthless in Norse hell and must find another weapon. Kratos returns home to unearth his Blades of Chaos. Being haunted by Athena along the way, he finishes his mission and kills the Keeper with the Blades of Chaos and brings the heart back to Freya. She cures Atreus of his illness and Kratos reveals to him his true nature.
When I came to these shores, I chose to live as a man. But the truth is, I was born a god. And so were you.
Atreus becomes cocky and begins to act out of character as he lets his godhood get in his head.
This'll be easy! Let's go!
Not yet.
They encounter an injured Modi who was punished by his father, Thor, and Atreus kills him in cold blood against Kratos' command.
What are you doing?
This is a much better knife than Mother's.
Kratos chastises him and calls him boy 100 more times until Atreus realizes he was wrong. At the portal to Jotunheim, the trio are once again attacked by Baldur, destroying the portal in the process. They discover that Baldur is Freya's son and is angry with her for taking away all his ability to feel pain. She just wants to protect him, and he just wants to enjoy sex with women.
I can't taste. I can't smell. I can't even feel the temperature of this room. Feasting, drinking, women.
Mimir remembers there is another entrance to Jotunheim, but they must find his other eye to remember it. The giant serpent has swallowed it, so they ask his permission to enter his body to retrieve it. After reclaiming the eye, they are once again attacked by Baldur.
No! Atreus! You're bleeding. Breathe, boy. Breathe!
Not my blood.
The mistletoe breaks Freya's spell on him. Baldur is ecstatic that he can feel again, but Kratos and Atreus get the upper hand in the battle. Kratos gives Baldur the opportunity to live, but Baldur turns all his anger to his mother, attempting to choke her to death. Kratos intervenes and kills Baldur.
Must be better than this.
Freya is stricken with grief and swears vengeance on Kratos for killing her son, mocking him for not revealing his past to his son. Kratos tells Atreus all that he has done, killing all the Greek gods and even his own father Zeus. He tells Atreus that he needs to be better, that history doesn't have to repeat itself. They finally make it to Jotunheim, to the highest place in all the 9 realms. At the top, they find murals vaguely depicting their entire adventure. The giants had foreseen their journey, and it was revealed that Faye, Atreus' mother, was in fact a giant. Atreus also discovers from the mural that his mother originally named him Loki. Father and son complete their journey and spread Faye's ashes from the highest peak in the 9 realms. Once they return home, Atreus has a vision that years from now Thor will come to their home and confront them for what they have done.